We shouldn't tell them about Brandon Herrera.
Mr. Tony Gonzalez, my name is Jack Mandaville, and
The battle starts in 45 minutes.
content.
Yeah, Grandpa was a police officer during the civil rights movement.
Like, oh, I myself.
You want a Modelo?
Yes, please, could you? Thank you. You have an opener? God, that was glorious.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Fat Electrician, and Jack Mandaville, one of our most favorites.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me on the Unsubscribe podcast. I'm sorry I smell like cigarettes.
It's okay, Jack. Thank you, Cody. And our boy, Cody, donut operator, is joining us today. Per usual. Jack, it's great to have you, you beautiful son of a bitch. Here. I'm always,
you guys always call me to do this show last minute. It's always like when I'm like going through a hardcore hangover day. Good. And the show, whenever I come out of one of these shows, I always feel like I can go again. So thank you for having me. I'm a functioning alcoholic.
You get so motivated too after these episodes. I get texts from you like, I'm gonna start YouTubing.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it. Everything's ready to go. We just have to film. I got a crazy march ahead of me, but we're gonna make it happen.
Dude, I'm so proud.
Because you guys always give me shit every time I see you.
Good.
And
our whole audience.
Yeah.
You messaged me
comments.
like 2 months later. You're like, have you read the comments on our podcast? Yeah. Jack, they want you to do your stuff.
Eli got me to read the comments. I was like, whoa, these are really positive. This is not the kind of YouTube I'm used to.
Jack usually loads a gun when he reads the comments. Yeah. He's like,
all right, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Where's Brandon Herrera at to make a joke about veterans?
Oh, man. God. Just cut that segment and give it to him, and we'll put it against Brandon.
Yeah,
we could just AI him into this thing and get him saying all sorts of effed up stuff.
Tony's paying us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he offered more money, man.
We're in Tony's pockets.
Sorry, Brandon.
Jack, how you been, buddy? It's been we haven't had you in a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's been a couple months. I feel like I get invited on a lot. I feel very honored about that.
Yeah, you fucking moved the needle.
I haven't been
You're
on since you two homies are back in the saddle again.
Yeah.
Really?
No, the last one I did was it was just like you and Brandon.
You were who's with Nick? You've never been with Nick?
Oh, I have before, but not since he's been like full-time
officially a host.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like so confused. Dude, the timeline's all over the place.
Yeah.
We're in Infinity War right now. Civil War's done. Now we're at the conclusion.
Yeah. Dude, Part 1.
Jack had the best idea for the live shows that we're doing in March.
Oh, yeah.
We set up a bar.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just side stage dressed in a tuxedo as a bartender. I don't say a word the entire show, but I'm just, and you guys can say whatever you want to me. I'll just pretend you're not even there. I'm just doing my job. I'm a good, happy tuxedo wearing bartender.
And we just berate him.
Yeah.
And you make his drinks though? Do you
I'll make you guys drinks. Yeah, like I'm your bartender.
Bro, I'm loving this idea way more and more.
So I'll have my comb over. I'll have a tuxedo. I'll have my comb over.
And then we'll get you the big Venmo icon, and we'll put it on the front of the bar with a sign that says, "The more you tip me, the stiffer their drinks are." We'll see how much money you can raise.
I'd love that. You just see me putting some.
We're flirting with debt.
Yeah.
Jack, he just brings out a bottle of Jack for each of us. Yeah. This is just booze, Jack.
Tip the man. Tip the fucking man. Right.
Jack, are you putting roofies in our drink? Don't worry about it.
It's acid. Yeah. Dude, our meet and greet, we're just like unconscious.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Thanks for coming on. A short notice, though. We got you something.
Well, I live in the neighborhood now.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? We got you a
gift for coming on
this
a short
is a
notice
lot
so
of thought
consistently.
process went into this.
Yeah.
Nick told me that you love Jim Bowie, so I got you this.
What? Let me guess. A sponsor gave it to you, and you have a bunch to offer.
No, we went and bought this at the store.
Yeah,
an hour ago.
Jack is coming, so.
What the shit? Guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why? Oh my God.
That's a nice one, too.
Yeah, that is a nice knife. Oh my God, I can play around with it. Oh my God!
We know you're a huge.
I'm gonna stir
fan.
stir the drinks with this if we end up doing that thing for the show. This will be my drink stir. Oh my God! Thank you guys.
Oh, that was worth it. I'm gonna buy him 5 more of those.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're a huge fan of Jim Bowie.
Dude, I just got a waterbed. This is going to be awesome. Oh my God.
I just more you in 2024 getting a waterbed, and then your mindset is automatically to say that.
I'm 40. I'm just spending more money on myself these days, you know? Not that I had anybody to spend money on before.
You like it?
I love it. Thank you so much.
Hey,
This is so awesome. This is so awesome.
we're gonna get you a shirt that also says, "I'm not an ex-Marine. I'm a real Marine."
Oh,
also,
yeah.
so you could have had your Bowie in that shirt.
And a Iraqi freedom hat with all the ribbons.
See what I say? The hat.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I was like, if you
said
want
that,
to
yeah.
piss Jack off, you get these three things. The hat you just described is exactly
This
what I
does not
said.
piss me off. Now, Jim Bowie does piss me off, I think. His legacy is overrated. But the knife is amazing. The namesake for the knife is a whole different thing. And I accept this humbly and gratefully and thankfully.
It's from all of us at Unsub and also all the amazing community that makes that possible to get our friends dope gifts.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Thank you. Yeah, give them more money. Invite me on the show more. Yeah.
I want a waterbed next time.
Yeah, we went by Bass Pro before we came up here. And Nick was like, Jack loves Jim Bowie.
Let's get him a knife.
Dude.
Have you been to the Alamo with all the times you've come down to San Antonio? All the times you've
not
come
a
to San
single
Antonio, you
time.
haven't gone to the Mecca of Texas.
I'm very busy drinking.
Yeah, okay. You can drink in downtown San Antonio, you know.
I believe you.
There's the Menger Hotel, which is the oldest hotel west of the Mississippi.
That's the one you took me to, right?
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
first moved here.
Yeah,
And you
that's
told
the
me the
one-
history about it.
Hold on.
The haunted
Teddy
one.
Roosevelt recruited the Rough Riders out of that fucking bar there, dude.
Isn't there a bullet hole or something?
From Teddy Roosevelt. You should probably go at this
You
point.
want to take me?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, we
I don't
got
have
this.
anything doing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'm pretty much packed
I'll
after
be on a
that.
plane tomorrow.
Oh, next time you come down, we got to do
You're
an
not on a
Unsub
Max
does
9,
history.
are you?
Do you remember the video idea that we've been talking about it for like 2 years? Jack puts on like an orange vest and he has a sign that says "Please be quiet" or something, and he walks us around the river
yeah.
walk, and we're all just kind of hammered, and it like takes us on a tour of the river walk.
I mean, I could give you guys the tour from Mission Espada to the Pearl and everything in between. I could give you the full tour: history, fun facts, nature, bums, everything.
Dude, if this is a series though for Unsub, it's like Jack and Nick do history, and we just do quick history segments like
There's
that. For
so much good
instance.
shit
Oh
in
my
South
God,
Texas
this
alone.
A vlog.
Yeah.
I love this idea way more. Than
Yeah, we have a cameraman with us, and we
The Unsub
like
reality
while
show
we're
is
going
gonna
through the
be
river
ridiculous.
walk, we just keep bringing people on. We're like, hey, this tour guide's awesome. Come hang out with us. And
It's $50. We'll see how many people pay you.
Yeah.
We're trying to
I
get
need
people to
a
pay
new
Jack.
knife. I broke my last one.
On
Yeah.
what?
My waterbed.
Boy.
It's that Wakanda water, bro.
Bro, we could sell out an entire venue of people that just want to hang out with Jack. Because my latest vlog, they saw him doing karaoke. And like, you're in my vlogs a lot. And like, when I'm over at JT's.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I'm in like split second shots. Like, he's like, why does he have a shirt off? Yeah.
But the comments are like, I would pay to hang out with Jack. Just to hang out with Jack venue.
Jack Mandaville.
Oh, I'm so underwhelming. That's why we did that comedy show the other night. And as soon as it was done, everybody's like doing shots. And I'm like, all I can see outside the venue is the halal card. Am I going to hit that up on the way to the hotel? Yeah.
How'd your live show? You guys are doing live shows now. We'll get to that actually afterwards.
Yeah.
Because
I'm excited for y'all's.
Dude, now I'm super excited because you're joining us on it.
Yeah.
And you're going to work off of your tips. That's right. The live audience.
But yeah, like
gets
an
to pay
actual
him.
bar set up on the stage.
Yeah.
And Jack's just...
Yeah. And I don't want to divert from the show. So, like, you guys just tell me when you want to drink, and I got you.
But we need you drunk, but you have to stay quiet.
I can do
and then
that.
you have to deliver. We gave you a very unbalanced tray. You have to serve us our drinks.
Yes.
On a tray.
On a tray.
We put everything against you leading into this. So you're stumbling, you're shit wrecked, you're not allowed to talk. You're
The most
just going.
abusive thing I've ever heard Eli say.
Yeah,
I need you drunk but quiet.
Wasn't this fucking
I cannot
That's
tell
a
you.
shirt right there.
I cannot tell you how many ex-girlfriends have said that exact sentence to me before.
It's a lady out of breath. Wild. Eli, wake up. I know that the GHOSTBED pillow is super comfortable and has cooling technology, but we're shooting an ad right now.
You mean this GHOSTBED pillow?
That one.
Cooling technology?
Cooling technology. It's hot in Texas, but that's cool. Eli, I know you're cooler than the backside of a pillow, but with GHOSTBED, you don't have to turn the pillow over. It has cooling technology.
Every mattress has a 20-year warranty.
Some even have 25.
And you can try it out for 101 nights.
If you don't like it, you can send it back. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
I have hard feelings for GHOSTBED.
I have a hard feeling for you.
I'm really hard. The pillows have cooling technology.
And so do the mattresses.
The mattresses do too.
Hey, Cody, did you know GHOSTBED also offers bundles?
Bundles?
You get everything you need.
Just choose from your 4 mattresses and pick your bundle.
So whether you need a mattress and a frame, or you just want to choose it all,
Like their cooling pillows and sheets.
you can get the best bang for your buck.
Right now, GHOSTBED is offering 50% off everything if you use the code UNSUBSCRIBE. Click the link in the description or go to ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
That's right, ghostbed.com/unsubscribe and get 50% off right now. So, Jack, what new history lessons are you going to throw in on this last minute segment
On this
today?
last minute thing, I had to think about on the 15 car. I do want to talk about something. I was telling Cody about it out there, and I don't know if you heard, but when I was a little boy, when I was 10 years old, there was this trunk in my parents' little basement closet, and I opened it up and it was just a treasure trove of my great grandfather's life. He was at the age of 15, he joined the Army of the Potomac at the outbreak of the Civil War and was in every major battle of the Army of the Potomac from the age of 15 to 19 years old. And I had every single one of his journals from every single day, from the time he went to his I don't know what they call it, training, to the end of the war. Till a couple of years after the war, thousands of letters, photographs, muster rolls, all sorts of cool shit that I consumed as a child. It really shaped me. And I was going through this thing recently. I was reflecting on all that because when I was a kid in the summers, I would like transcribe them onto the computer. So we have them all digitized because I had no friends when I was 12. So I just fucking spent my summer just transcribing everything. I did have friends, but they didn't invite me. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, so we...
Holy shit, this is amazing.
So I went up there and did that show in Austin the other night, and I was thinking to myself, like, dude, what are you going to leave? Like, who's going to look at your words and your thoughts and expressions from your life and gain inspiration from it? Like, you haven't journaled at all. You haven't documented anything. Then I realized I've been on Twitter for 14 fucking years. I've absolutely been journaling. So I did a whole thing where I compared his journal entries from the Civil War as a, 16, 17, and 15-year-olds then were different. I don't want to sound like a creep or anything, but they were very mature for their age.
Yeah, it's like time to have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting shot at and dying by the age of 25.
So this. Can I read a few of them out to you?
25.
Okay. His name was Captain.
Was he south or north?
He was in the 5th Vermont. He was in the Vermont Brigade. He was in north. His name
I
was.
was going to say that changes the verbiage that is used.
He
on
ended
some
the war as a
letters.
19-year-old Captain Robert Pratt. Yeah. And the cool thing is, he also became a 2-time mayor of Minneapolis. If any of you watched the fun old George Floyd riots and you saw City Hall there, he was the first mayor of Minneapolis to occupy that building. Okay, now hold up. Let me find it here.
I love Jack's like tangents. He's like, fun. Okay, back to this.
All
Also,
right.
side note, isn't it crazy? You will be a great grandpa that people look back on. It's like my great grandpa Jack.
He was on
he
Unsub.
would show his stomach. Yeah, and sing karaoke.
Yeah.
I can't read a lot of this stuff right now.
Yeah. He's got his own language over there. All right, so his name's Captain Robert Pratt. This was April 9th, the day 1865. What was April 9th, 1865?
I'm drunk.
That was the day that Lee surrendered to General Grant. So he's standing. He's doing post on a road. He's got his company there on the road. And he says, "We have to start and look at the missus sitting in the window of the seminary. There are so many of them, and they have the name of being so much secesh. And we are so timid. We do nothing but gaze. If I were not afraid of a flogging, I would go down there and tell them Lee had surrendered." And this was me 4 days ago on Twitter, X. "I'm so fucking invested in this Chili's car winning Daytona." April 3rd, 1865. The day after the breakthrough at Petersburg, which pretty much was the beginning of the end of the war. We were completely tired out of the day of battle. News reached of Ed Brownlee's death on the parapet. Oh, Ed, how wicked you were lost in our final engagement. I went to bed a-crying at the thought of him. February 11th, 2024. There's probably people fucking to ICP right now. Okay, last one. This is kind of a longer one. April 10th, 1865, the day after the war. Again, he's 19 years old. He's been at war for 4 years.
Jesus, with smoothbore fucking rifles.
And no anesthetics or first aid of any kind.
We know now that the war has ended, and how it thrills me and joy to know that we have accomplished what we have after 4 years. I can hardly get through my head that we can go on picket and not keep a vigilant lookout for rebels. All I want now is an education, and I am bound to have one. January 17th, 2024. Me also, a war veteran. It's not illegal to scream Allahu Akbar in the middle of a flight and then just continue reading your People magazine. So I'm journaling. Yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
They're going to look back and be like, my great Uncle Jack used to drink with President Herrera.
Yeah. That's true, yeah. And I like how you said uncle, because like, this guy ain't having kids. Women might want to fuck him. They don't want to get impregnated by him.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've never met a man with more crazy uncle energy than you. You're what I strive to be.
Bro, when I actually do go to my sister's house, I got 3 nephews. 2 of them are twins. They're maniacs, 6 years old. Like, I like pass out. All I do is sleep at her house. I sleep through. It's the best sleep I get is when I finally go back up to Minneapolis and just can be with the fam. I just pass out on that couch. Yeah. I bought them the UFC game for Christmas. That's way too violent for 6-year-olds. There's a lot of blood in that game.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a family approach you and say, "Hey, my kids love your videos"?
Bro, all the time. I get a ton of emails about parents who, like, my son in like middle school or early high school, like, has never gave a shit about history, but now he actually is. It's his best subject because he likes your videos. Or I have kids actually write me and ask me to help them get sources because they want to do a paper on a video that I already did, and they want to know what sources I use to write their papers. So they do all the time.
That's a lot
of
initiative for, like, I'm assuming these are like teenagers and stuff like that. That's a lot of initiative for a teenager
really cool
to take. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually doing good in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy concept.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Also, Jack, that's like how old was your great grandpa during that?
15 to 19. 15 in 1861.
Fucking doing 4 years of war at 15.
Yeah.
We were sophomores. I hadn't dropped out yet.
We're soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even imagine. Ryden would be going to war in 3 more years. I'm like,
Yeah, John turns 15 in a month.
Yeah.
it's shipping him off to
Yeah, it's
war.
like you're gonna take this smoothbore rifle, and you're gonna kill people who are your family members.
And some guy from Alabama is going to fucking try to murder you.
Yeah.
Ryden's like, I don't want to shoot people, Daddy.
He'd be a good drummer boy.
I don't know. I know Ryden doesn't like loud sounds.
Oh. He wouldn't like war in general then. Yeah.
He would be
War
like,
would suck
I gotta get out of here. He'd be running the opposite way. I'm like, no, God damn it. Sorry, the loud noise.
Deserter. He's like, no, I just don't like this. I don't like this.
I'm over this. I'm going to go to the south now.
Can you imagine Pickett's charge, a wave of gray coming towards a wave of blue, and he's just running through the middle of the field trying to get the fuck out of there?
They're like, something's wrong with that boy. Don't shoot him.
Let
Don't
them
shoot
line
him.
up the cannons, though. They're perfectly lined up, and they're fucking accurate. He's the one in charge of formation. He's like, you are not in a perfect line.
Yeah, he'd be the drill sergeant.
Stop moving.
He's the general on the horse, and they're like, General, what do we do? Don't talk to me.
Stop talking. The horse is too big.
Oh my God,
General Ryden.
The accuracy is correct on these cannons. It just destroys everyone.
Yeah, he's just looking at the. Okay, that is set. Now you can fuse it, and then when they're lighted, he's like. He's so excited to watch it explode.
They are exactly 1,240 feet away. Yes, this is going to work.
have you ever seen the Onion News Network when they had an actual like news show? They had the autistic reporter Michael Falk.
No.
Oh my God,
the prison guy.
Yes. They
You
did like
that?
5 segments. One was a train wreck. Another was going to prison. Another was the war in Afghanistan. Autistic reporter Michael Falk from the Onion.
Holy
It was
shit.
fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. But like he's in prison and the guy's explaining like we have to wake up at the same time every
my
morning.
God, yes,
and
I've
get
seen
in a
that
line.
clip.
He's like, a line? Yes, I want to go to prison. Take me to prison. He's like, no, it's terrible here. No, how do I go to prison?
I seen that one clip. He's like, how do I go to prison?
Yeah.
You have to go into a line and it's all regimented and timed.
You have lunch at the same time every day.
He went and interviewed the Taliban. He's like, and they put a bag on my head, which made me quit thinking for an hour. Yeah.
It's like a horse blinder for autism. Put it back in. It's like right. She's like, "Boo." They shut down.
But the U.S. soldiers are like explaining how they lost like 15 guys, but the Taliban lost 1,000, and he couldn't comprehend why they weren't sad for the 1,000 Taliban guys that died. Yeah,
Dude,
It's awesome.
I love how their brains work. It's like, but why are you sad about the 10 and not the 1,000? It's like, bro, okay, let me break this down. Not gonna happen. Fuck.
So what are you, 18 ounces in right now?
Damn, bro. Oh God. There it goes. That's right. This is an AdamandEve.com ad. Who wants to have better sex? And who wants to have better sex starting immediately? Best way to get started is head over to AdamandEve.com right now. Adam and Eve is now offering 50% off of any object. More than that, Adam and Eve wants to make your life easier. They offer discreet shipping, as privacy is a priority. Doesn't matter what you order. GVAN, insert something. GVAN, insert something. GVAN, insert something. All blurred. All those will be packaged discreetly and fast and free shipping. That's 50% off of one item and free shipping. Bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your bedroom. Head over to AdamandEve.com, select one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire. And of course, just enter code UNSUB at checkout. That's code UNSUB, UNSUB at AdamandEve.com. That is an exclusive offer for this podcast. That's code UNSUB at AdamandEve.com. Babe, let's go ahead. So that was so you had your Civil War. Your grandpa got back, and then where did it go from? Like he just got back at 18 or 19, and then
19
joined
years
college?
old. Since he was a captain, he was a young officer. They actually offered him an appointment to West Point since he was so young, and he's like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing war no more." His brother, who actually was wounded at the Battle of the Wilderness, right next to him, had what was that? The breathing problem they all had back then.
Black lung, lunger.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis, yeah.
The TB.
So they heard that in Minnesota, it's just better air out there. And so he went in 1866, a year after the war, went west to Minnesota, started his own business. In Minneapolis now has schools named after him. He was the 2-time mayor of Minneapolis, kind of at really when he really helped build the city to what it is today. And then his son was the first soldier from the state of Minnesota that died in the Spanish-American War while he was in office. So they have schools named after him and everything like that. Yeah. Robert
shit.
Pratt. Yeah.
You got a fucking history there, man.
Yeah. My family was like, at one point, they were like the Kennedys of Minnesota, and then the Depression happened. So like, none of it matters
They got
anymore.
depressed.
Yeah, they got depressed. Yeah.
The depression.
Yeah.
That's what it
I'm just
Everyone just got depressed. It wasn't about money.
Everyone's sad all of a sudden. Fucking wild.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy. It's more crazy you know your family lineage because I know like my grandpa's, and then past that I couldn't tell you anything my family did.
It was a freak thing, right? Because he had like 7 kids, so we were the ones that freakishly were the ones that somehow ended up with this. Because he probably at that point had hundreds of descendants, right? It was just a freak thing that we were the ones that ended up with that, and it was a big part of my childhood, reading and going through all that. That's what started my love and interest in reading and history, and then yeah. Some years back, though, we donated it to the Hennepin County Historical Society. So it's in a museum.
That's
now.
fucking dope. Cody, do you where's your? I'm guessing grandpa, great grandpa, and then nothing after that.
I know grandpa. Yeah, grandpa was a police officer during the civil rights movement, so we don't talk about that.
That's where Cody got his superpower.
No.
Is he really good with German shepherds and fire hoses?
He has genetic superpower.
Oh my God, you should see some of his old police reports. I'm not even going to repeat them.
Can you read them
Hey,
like
he'd go
Jack
to court with those things, right?
No, it was bad.
You're like America.
So not the full N word, but the one with grow at the end.
That's
The
not.
police reports would be like
The
like
color black in Spanish.
But that was the word back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's not nearly as offensive as the
that's
actual.
not.
We
Yeah,
still
yeah, it was-
we still
yeah.
refer to old baseball leagues as the Negro leagues. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, so I can say the word now.
In
I guess.
context,
in that
yeah.
historical context, yes.
Yeah. you
Okay,
can say-
but no, his police reports. Like I read, my brother-in-law found some of his police reports because my brother-in-law and my sister work at the same police department that he worked in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, wow.
And so the reports would say like they would list the names of the suspects, but then in the when they're talking about like what happened, they would be like Negro 1 came out of here with whatever, like Negro 2 ran, I chased Negro 2, like yeah.
And that was the time. It's
And
crazy when you
that's
read that. You're like,
rough.
dude, a lot of the stuff we've done in America, like the Japanese camps during World War II.
Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah.
like one of the worst things.
Bro, this is literal. Like,
A lot of them are still alive.
So one of my females, Kathy, hey, shout out to you. Her mom was part of that entire thing, so she has all the history
wow.
for her. She just turned 75, and she would tell me about these stories when I was training her. She did personal training. She's like, "Oh yeah, my family, they took everything, never got anything,
Yeah.
moved them into a camp, and everything's just gone. Imagine it just coming in, chucking it."
Oh, and most of those people, they weren't folks that had just gotten to the United States. Yes, they were
they've been there for
generationally
generations, yeah.
American. They'd been there for 3 or 4 generations. They were as American as you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't know, too, that they did, and not as commonly with Japanese Americans, but they did intern a lot of German Americans as well.
Oh, I see.
Because
I
there was a
didn't
lot
know
of
that.
German Americans that were like openly kind of clinging on to Hitler's rhetoric. They kind of identified them like, you're going to stay in. They put them down here in Texas, actually.
No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. We have a huge German population.
yeah.
Period.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you- did you ever watch-
Bernie, fucking New Braunfels, like
Everything around here, Fredericksburg.
yeah.
Did you ever watch? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say we were talking yesterday about the Argentina Nazis.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Argentina Nazi situation?
Well, I
Do
think.
you think it really happened?
Oh,
yeah,
a bunch
100%.
of high brass, like SS people fled to South America. Yeah,
We found the one. What was the
They're
big?
still down there.
Who was the big name we found? Like the
Oh, that dude that had his own island for doing nuclear research.
God. No, I didn't even know that one. I know we
Yeah,
found like
the
big
hunting-
name SS commanders in Argentina and South America. Without that's like
Yeah,
historically.
they were actually finding like war
fucked.
criminals up. I mean, they still. The last one wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
There's a whole team. Actually, who was the the Israelis that would go and fucking hunt Nazis?
They've been hunting since.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that, Cody?
No.
Dude, this is like Israelis, Jewish people.
Is this a Tim Kennedy thing?
No, this is
Well, I know it's Israeli because he did hunting Nazis.
They were
on
probably
History
involved.
Channel, or
But
hunting
like,
Hitler
they
on
have
History Channel.
like I don't know if it's military or like law enforcement, paramilitary, but they have like their own like borderline special forces unit that hunts down like Nazi war
and they
criminals.
kidnap and bring them back.
Yeah. Bro,
You didn't hear it? Oh yeah, they don't fuck around. Like
No, I didn't know about that. But like I've talked to so many dudes who do like joint force type stuff down in Argentina.
Yeah.
And they're just these villages
Of all Germans.
Of like big white people with blue eyes and blonde hair that speak
In the middle of like Indian territory.
to speak like the weirdest dialect. Like yeah.
Yeah. Well, and South America has always been multi-ethnic. They have huge Italian populations in Argentina. Brazil is very diverse, but and there had been Germans in South America for quite a while. But in 1945 there was a new flood of them that showed up.
that stuff's great.
I told you about.
Weird.
Did I? Oh, I haven't told you this story. when I was at the 511 event in Las Vegas for a SHOT Show.
The one with Cody was?
Yeah. So we were all there. We were all there, and I went inside, and there was just, a bunch of people there or whatever. And I went in, there was this dude, like, he had 2 backpacks in his hand. He was, like, trying to pick between the 2. But one of them that he had was the backpack that I've had forever that I fucking love. And I was like, that one's the best. Like, I've owned both. That one's way better. And he's like, yeah, I was leaning towards that one anyways because I'm from Honduras and I can't have, like, very military-looking backpacks because they'll just assume I'm with the cartel and they'll arrest me. And he's like, so this one looks like not military. I go, yeah, that's why I like it too. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. And he's like, yeah, I own a security company down there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he goes, yeah, I'm half German, half Honduran. And I go, oh. And he go, how'd that happen? He goes, well, my grandpa came over from Germany in the 1940s. And I went, and he goes, yeah, my grandpa was a Nazi. Straight up. And he's like, he's kind of like, we had a conversation for like 20 minutes and he's like, my grandma's got dementia and she thinks it's 1943. Oh, God. It's super not cool.
Is she the old lady in that video?
I brought that up and he's like, I brought that up and he's straight up, he's like, dude, it's exactly like that. He's like, it's bad. So
Grandma, no. It was pretty crazy. You know what video we're talking about?
No.
Oh, there's a
video with an old lady, and she goes, I don't know.
No, it's a cake. It's a birthday. Something's happening, and they're like, yay!
It's a celebration. She's having a drink.
Yeah, she's like, Hail Hitler. Like, Grandma, no.
Grandma, no. She goes to raise her arm, and her like son pulls her arm down.
Oh my God! Think about it in Germany right now. That's probably happening to a lot of families when you think about it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
One. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're losing a lot of World War II vets recently.
I know. That's why we're trying to get.
I'm interviewing 3 this month.
Are they coming here?
No, I'm going to them, and it's basically like it was a rush to book those tickets because last year I interviewed 3 and 2 of them died within a month after the interview. Like you got to get on it fast.
Well, I know. Yeah. I remember when I was personal training. This is 2011. Reading the news that the last World War I soldier had just passed.
Frank Buckles, yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Oh my God, yeah, the entire generation is now gone. Now the World War II one, we're at that cycle. It's like, hey, we're going to start losing a lot of these dudes.
What was
Sorry, I was going to say, what was the stat? Like, this was like 5 or 10 years ago, probably, that I read the stat, but I think the United States government was still paying pensions for like 3 Civil War veterans because it was like
widows.
Yeah, they're like widows or something crazy.
The last Civil War,
or it was a child of a Civil War veteran, I think is how it worked. But it was like a 15-year-old kid that died in combat, but had a kid. And then this person was like 105 now. Like, it was something crazy, but they were still paying out pensions for Civil War veterans.
Yeah, the last Civil War veteran died in 1956 or something like that.
Which is also fucking wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
What was the, sorry, to get back to World War II, what was the black dude with the Tommy gun on his porch?
Oh, he just passed,
his name. Yeah, he passed. He got pneumonia and he finally passed.
Really cool.
But he was like 90.
Yeah, he was a
something.
Yeah, he was almost.
He was a soldier?
Yeah, he was a World War II soldier. And
was he a pilot or something?
Robert he was the guy that lived up in Austin, right? He was like blind.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Robert Overstream.
He had a Tommy gun.
Overstream or something like that, yeah.
They would interview him.
He was the oldest World War II soldier, yeah.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, he was like, I contribute my longevity to whiskey and cigars.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn, they don't build them like that anymore, dude.
I think he was up there in Austin, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
What do you have on your like family lineage, or are you the first one where you're like, I'm going to start deep diving? I know Grandpa.
I don't know super far back. I know my family came over from Ireland in
you're not one of them Czech Iowans?
No, in like the early 1900s, and they went straight to California for the gold rush. And then my family owned one of the biggest ranches in California for a long time, and that was actually my dad's grandpa, so my great grandpa. I never got to meet him. He passed away before I was born, but they owned one of the biggest ranches in California and then lost it in a divorce. But my dad has all these stories because I guess there was a Native American burial site on this ranch. So my great grandpa had this like museum on his property of just all this stuff that had been like he wasn't even excavating, but it was ranch, so like he was farming and stuff, and like the stuff just got unearthed, and he was like preserving it. So he had
Do you have
all
any
kinds
of it?
No, we don't have it. They like lost all of it in
Oh
the
my
divorce.
gosh,
So like I
Jesus.
never got to see any
What part
of
of
it or anything.
California?
Northern California, so like Orville area,
Oh.
Chico. I was born in Chico.
Oh, up north there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, in the comments. In the comments below, let us know what your family is like. If you have any crazy stories like that.
Yeah.
That's actually a really
Did you ever
good-
see that Key and Peele sketch where they're doing an Ancestry.com
I know exactly
commercial?
what you're doing.
It's so good.
Wait, I don't know this one.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. And if you know American history, like it's awesome. But it's like, it's an Ancestry.com commercial. It's like this white guy's like, I didn't know that I was a direct descendant of Robert the Bruce of Scotland. And then it goes to another person. It's a black lady. He's like, I'm a direct descendant of Thomas Jefferson. And then it goes to a white guy. He's like, I'm a direct descendant of John Adams. And then it goes to another black guy, Thomas Jefferson. And every time it would cut to a black person, they're like, Thomas Jefferson.
Dude, Key and Peele is so fucking.
Jesus.
Some of the best sketch comedy you will ever see. Still,
You
Key
remember
and Peele.
the Family Guy skit when they find the pictures from Lois's dad?
Peter. Yeah, and then Peter.
And then they're like, oh, look like your great grandpa had the jungle fever. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah, and then Peter.
Watching old Family Guys now, you're like, wow, this was on
This was
network
on TV,
television
yeah.
at 6 p.m.
Dude, they used to go hard. Like, very hard.
It debuted after the Super Bowl.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the first episode was after the Super Bowl.
I love Family Guy's story because they dropped it for 2 years. There was 2 years or a year where they're like, no. And then everyone was like, where the fuck Family Guy go? And then they were like, oh.
Fox had a bad history of canceling good shows. Arrested Development is the big one I can think of. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's my favorite comedy show of all time. But it was always on the chopping block. But they had a hardcore fan base.
I forget. Yeah. Was it only Fox? There's a couple networks that would do that. They would have Firefly's a really good example of everyone.
That was
like,
Fox.
God,
oh, yeah.
that
Fox.
But Firefly, that's the one where they mixed up the episodes, right? And they played them out of order.
So originally, yes, because the executives didn't like the order. So like, no, we'll start here and confuse the audience.
That's the most Hollywood thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
Telling the people that made the show what order the episodes need to be in chronologically.
Well, and thankfully we have this big wave of. Well, thankfully there was a huge wave of that happening, and now and then all the studios lost a metric shit ton of money for the last couple of years.
Thanks, Disney.
Disney, Marvel, they just started printing shows, and then you had this fuck up, and then it was like, we need to actually pull back. That's why Disney Marvel right now, there's only slated for Deadpool is the only big one.
Have you seen the Deadpool trailer?
Not the new one.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Is that the one that has Juggernaut in it?
No, this is
No,
Wolverine
this is a
and
new
Deadpool.
one. New one coming out.
Shit.
Yeah, but in the trailer, Deadpool says, "I'm Marvel's Jesus."
Yeah, he's like, you can call me Marvel's Jesus or Messiah. Like he
Or,
says
yeah,
Jesus
something
or
like that.
Yeah.
And it's like because they know that he's gonna bring it. Like Deadpool's gonna bring it back, gonna bring Marvel back.
Oh
He
my
like
God.
stab
And he's-
somebody or shoot somebody in the dick. He's like, oh, you won't see that normally on Disney. Then it
that's
goes
great.
right into the series.
Good.
But they're breaking the fourth wall entirely, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Marvel's Messiah."
And it was
God.
it was a huge, like Ryan Reynolds. They were not trying to have it happen until last year's all the failures from last year and the year before. This year they were like, fucking. Okay, like he gets
just
whatever
so
he wants.
annoying.
Let's actually have him do this. They pulled back on everything other than
Yeah, this
Madam
guy's
Web
already-
came out, bombed, and now Deadpool. Those are only two big slated ones this year, and they're compared to 2 years ago, which they had. I think it was like 8 series and then 6 movies come out, and they fucking tanked. A majority of them tanked. So they're like, the Disney CEO, he was like, or Marvel CEO, one of them, he was like, yeah, I won't say any much more other than we made mistakes and we're trying to rectify them. Quality over quantity from now on.
I hate it.
I would love to imagine Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman walking into the office of the CEO and being like, "We don't need you. You need us, and we're going to do whatever we want in this movie."
Yeah.
You know?
I hope they both make
It's-
$1 billion.
Yeah, it's like people forget show business, not fun. Show business it's the studio systems. It's as bureaucratic as any other mundane corporation out there, and you have endless amounts of people in pointless jobs that are trying to justify their jobs, so they're inserting themselves into creative decisions constantly. They're not letting the artists, sometimes
We've never experienced this before.
Yeah, I've never.
absolutely not. I'm living in creative utopia.
Yeah.
It's creative heaven.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I love when you guys have me on here. I can say whatever I want. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. GVAN.
Do it again.
Make
Does it
him say
feel better?
something racist.
yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
Jack is canceled. He's like, ah.
I never said that about Jackie Robinson, man.
It's a highly specific.
I was just thinking about how awesome Jackie Robinson was. Sorry. I love Jackie Robinson.
Because you're a fucking huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I love the Jackie Robinson story is he was not the best black baseball player in America at that time. There were in the Negro leagues. There were a few players that were better than Jackie Robinson. The reason why they chose him though was he had gone to UCLA, which back then it was not common to have integrated sports teams. But he had already played football and baseball with white players in college, and he's a World War II veteran. Not only that, he was an officer, so he was good on paper, and he was good, and he did, rightfully so. It wasn't easy to be a black baseball player traveling in the Deep South in the 1940s, but he had a good history of tact, where other ball players that were better, they fought. Understandably, they'd fight back in situations, but in order for them to convince white America like that. This black baseball player belongs here. They had to have the guy with the right resume, and he had the right resume. He was a phenomenal baseball player too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy watching that. Like even the black community when it was introduced into basketball, baseball, boxing, because it was like, no, what the heck is this dude doing out on the field?
But when
Get
he's
out of here! But wait, hold on.
When he's stealing home and he's on your team, oh, we need him.
Black basketball, all that you just get to see that. Like, let the boy play.
Wilt's putting up
Let him cook.
Wilt's putting up 100 points. Yeah.
Would you just hold on?
Dude, if Boston, which by the way, when we associate American racism,
Nick's like, oh god,
No, it's perfect.
when we think about racism in America, we unfairly put it into the South quite often. But like the most racist city in America Boston's got a pretty good freaking history of being shitty Irish white people up there. And the fact that they accepted someone like Bill Russell, says a lot about the power of being good at sports, how that can change culture. Yeah.
I mean, you look at Robinson. Oh, God, Sugar Ray.
All I can think about is the Bill Burr joke.
Which one?
The one where he's like, how come every time, like a white guy makes a move, it's an intelligent move, and every time a black guy makes a move on the football field, it's an athletic move? And he kind of explains it. He's like, well, when Peyton Manning calls an audible, that's an intelligent move. When Michael Jordan jumps over 4 grown men from the free throw line. Fuck, why didn't I think of that? That's probably one of the funniest jokes in stand-up history.
Jesus, guys, it's okay. I have black friends.
Oh, fuck.
Even, Sugar Ray Robinson, when he was during his boxing, and this dude was a fucking monster, and untouchable at that time frame. And then he was in World War II. Yeah. He joined, had to do his service, and he would just box. He would like raise soldiers.
Yeah, they weren't going to get that guy killed in combat.
No, because he was already like the heavyweight champion.
What main character? Fucking.
Oh yeah, those. My video?
No. I'm saying what he's talking about. He had. They're not going to let him die in combat,
armor.
so he's like he has main
character energy.
He's got main character energy.
Like, I want to go to the front line, sir. You're going to stay in the back line and box. Motivate the troops. Huh? We will send everyone at this table, though, to the front line.
Have you ever, do you know about the five? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, get it.
I'm going through my Minnesota anxiety. Do you know about the 5K backstory? About the 5 directors that, oh man, I don't know that they were the biggest directors of the day. John Ford was one of them. But like all the best directors of that era, they went and shot propaganda stuff for the United States government. They commissioned in various branches
No
and
shit.
went overseas and shot actual combat footage. They put themselves on the front lines to get this like propaganda footage for the United States. So they were doing like cinematic, shots in the middle of combat.
And this is on tracks and shit. So if you guys don't know this, during that time frame, Akira Kurosawa was the lead of starting the camera movement during shots and building tracks. And then it came like America World War II. You would have, I'm assuming they probably had, if you're saying cinematic shots, like laid out track. These are monster cameras, as you were just saying. They're walking and going like,
That's such a fucking flex.
while getting shot.
While the ground's
Such
exploding.
a fucking flex. Could you imagine being some fucking 18-year-old German kid and just the Americans are, what are they doing? They're setting up their cameras. The battle starts in 45
It's
minutes.
content, man. Content.
Bro, oh my
about
God,
to be
you're
on
looking over and you're
pay-per-view.
like, they're adjusting lights. What the
They're
fuck
over
are
here,
they
they're
doing?
worried about lighting.
They're making a guy sweat right now just to look good on camera.
They're pre-dirtying themselves.
Did they make the push happens at golden hour to look better? Like they're moving salt units for better sunlight. The hardest directors
The
in the
fucking
world.
Hitler Youth is sitting over there like, this is about to suck, isn't it?
We're about to die.
You guys don't attack at night because you don't have nods. We don't attack at night because it's bad lighting. We're not the same.
We're not the same.
We're not the same. Cold turkey might be great on a sandwich, but sometimes it's not the easiest thing when you're breaking bad habits. We're not talking about some weird, crazy mind voodoo from your neighbors. Use your own sarcastic example. We're talking about our sponsor today, Foom. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Right, Henry? Help me. You're going nowhere, Henry. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard. But switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 people and has thousands of success stories. And there's no reason you can't be too. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head over to tryfume.com and use code UNSUB to get 10% off your Journey Pack today. That's tryfume.com, TRYFUME.com. Code UNSUB.
Oh man, have you guys seen that Masters of Air show that's come out? It's like the Band of Brothers of the Sky.
I'm waiting.
It's so good.
Wait, is it out?
Yeah.
It's coming out episode by episode right now.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till it's all the way out.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just one scene that I thought was badass.
I know
in
the
that.
general plot. I know how it
Yeah,
ends.
I assume you know it.
they get into a bar fight with a bunch of RAF bomber pilots, British pilots, because the British pilots are shitting on them because Americans did day missions and the Brits did night missions. And he said something, maybe more of you guys would have survived if you did night missions. So they end up getting in a bar fight and beating the shit out of each other. And afterwards, one of the Americans is like, he was right. He's like, then why'd you fight him? I just didn't like his tone. Yeah. I thought it was such a cool scene.
That is, I mean, doing day missions is not fun. You always ask, it's like, but why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing a day patrol? To show presence. It's war torn.
You know they don't have nods, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is a bad idea.
You're just gonna give up home field advantage for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
hear me out. We could wait 8 hours and they literally can't fucking see.
Yeah. Period.
No. Throw young American boys at them. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We need to establish presence. Go. You're like, Jack, you probably, when you're walking and fucking, my least favorite part was when you do dismounted patrol and you're surrounded by like 10 to 10-story buildings, like on each side. And you're like, you just start walking like this. You're like, whoa, sniper, you can't get me. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to take a knee. Move.
Serpentine.
Move. And you start walking. Or when you're first in it and it's a day mission, it's just fucking like, you're like, well, I'm going to get shot at any one of these windows.
I gotta find it. There's like a Vietnam era veteran sniper that streams Battlefield.
The old guy?
The old guy that's just
I've seen
fucking
them, yeah.
wrecking people with the
he's just
sniper
slapping
rifle.
people
Yeah.
on the rooftop.
And he's just talking shit the entire time. It's
He's like,
so
when you
funny.
have this adjustment, you go up this far, and he's just like, headshot, 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 headshot. It's like, God
It's probably
damn.
our next door neighbor.
It's so fucking
It's Sammy, right?
I hope so.
It's Sammy just fucking pinning
Dude,
people.
have you met the neighbor here yet?
Dude, he's cool as shit.
The next door neighbor?
Right here, yes. Sammy.
I've never met him. I've not did the nod thing going in a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a 101st Vietnam veteran.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
173rd, yeah.
Have you guys had him on the show?
No, we're gonna.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Nick was
I'm
willing to
gonna.
bring him on
I
the
want to
show.
bring him on.
Yeah. I bet he's got some stories.
Oh, I just want to hear what he thinks of us.
They thought I was running drugs because I'm a tattooed fucking Mexican. And there was just a whole bunch of boxes getting
Pulling up in
delivered.
your fucking Batman.
Well, it was like boxes would get delivered, and and they would just sit there, and then I put security cameras everywhere around the house, and then the wife, I got one video message on the front door. It's just her coming up and grabbing a whole bunch. She's like, "It's gonna be next door. I know what you do," and walks over there because they just seen fucking my ass. Which understandable if you don't see me on a normal day-to-day basis. So what you do?
Could you imagine?
You
being
dirty
her?
little tattooed Mexican. We know the border's coming over.
We know
I
about
hope
the wall.
did she open it? I hope she opened it. That'd be so funny.
Oh no! So
It'd be so, she thinks she's opening up just kilos of drugs. It's fucking light up Tetrises and Thor's hammers and just dump shit off Amazon.
There's
for
got to be drugs in here
decorations.
somewhere.
So I go and I finally go like a few days later. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Eli, blah blah blah," and she's like, "What?" Very like apprehensive, like very standoffish when I meet. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, we do some internet content, like podcast. You run a business out of that?" I was like, "What? Well, no, we're doing this. Like, hey, it's fine, blah blah blah." Oh, and a vet. We try to do things for the veteran community. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
That was that.
And then
That's
it was
all
like,
it took.
and then it went like, hey. And then I started talking and doing it. She's like, well, you do all this and you know, school. My son's a doctor. Da da da. Son's a doctor. Like all her sons are fucking like doctors and stuff. That smart family over there.
That's all Sabby.
Yeah. And then she started talking. I was like, oh yeah, and I brought you guys. So I had whiskey and wine for her. I was like, I don't know what kind of wine. I'm assuming a white, maybe a red. Here's both. And then I got Sammy, the husband.
Both colors. Good
whiskey.
job.
Yeah.
100% success right there.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, here. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Left, come back the next day. She's like, I Googled you guys. You guys are so good. You do so much for the community. Thank you guys so much. And now they'll bring in mail. They have the house code. They bring in our mail for us.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're like the sweetest humans.
Yeah. We shouldn't tell them about Brandon Herrera
No, God.
and how much he hates veterans
Yeah.
He gave
And
me a book though yesterday.
and Mexicans.
I hope that is the clip Tony tries to send out next is like, Brandon Herrera hates Mexicans. Herrera.
I was a big fan of how he posted the voting thing, and he was like, one vote, score one for the good guys, and then he just didn't have the balls to say bad guys, so he said other guys, even though he clearly just wants to imply bad guys. It's like, how you gonna run to be a fucking federal congressman and you don't have the balls to call your competition bad?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
After the article.
Mr. Tony Gonzalez, my name is Jack Mandaville, and I am a direct descendant of Benedict Arnold. And if the price is right, I can give you everything you need to know about Brandy Herrera.
It's true.
Brandy Herrera. Brandy Herrera.
Dude, when he wins, though, the montage of all this shit, like, how the fuck did that guy get elected?
Bro, we were
Yeah.
talking about that last night.
Yeah.
Like his campaign manager is going to be a legend
Yeah.
in the campaign manager community.
Yeah. And that's the thing is the Republicans and Democrats, and they all know each other. It's not like personal for them.
Yeah, no, this
it's
is
personal
business.
for the idiot. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
business for them.
This is football coaches
Yeah.
comparing professional athletes against each other.
Yeah.
That dude's going to be a legend.
It's like, man, how did he do that? Because we've discussed it before with like Unsub. It's all everything we do. It's like they're just like fuck.
His text
Hey, it
messages.
could be worse. You could be Adam 12. Nope, that one fell flat.
I don't know. Well, explain.
What's that?
He's that podcaster that like lets all those dudes bang his wife. The joke.
sad.
Wait,
didn't
what?
work.
Now I want
Talking
more
about
on this.
Adam fucking. You talking about Adam 22?
Oh, Adam 20. That's why. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I just got it wrong.
Those are the best jokes.
Yeah.
We have to bounce between like the
All right,
information.
let's get back to veterans. Jokes, please.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, did we talk about his shirt? It's awesome.
Ah, you got me. You got me.
Was that the first time or?
That was the first time for him.
Yeah, you got me.
Dude,
You
you've
got
got everyone so far. Zach's
I'm
was
working on it.
Zach's. So we
Zach's
got
was
Zach,
good.
and I knew.
Eli had my back on it from the beginning.
From like the second Nick sat down, it's like ding, ding, ding. I was like, it's like, wait. I was like, Cody, go there. Here, you go there.
Well, Nick said I would rather sit here because he wanted to get Zach veteran with a sign.
I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 2 hour
It's
build
all
up.
strategy.
It was 2 hours.
Very
That's good.
strategic.
It was just like Nick just was like, I should sit here. I was like, yes, you should. Like, my brain was on. He was like, he's gonna fucking boop him.
Oh, it's an
Good,
ambush.
Fuck that dude.
This is a pre-planned ambush right here, dude.
I want that fucking boop to go hard.
I was over here at Matthew McConaughey with the cigarette. Just like, I see it coming.
Still, Isaiah's is the pinnacle because I had your back on
I
that
can't
one.
believe I got that.
That one, because even then you hear
Even
me.
I was surprised I got that.
Wendigoon?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was here on Wendigoon
can we say his real
for
name?
7 years.
Okay.
Like I was like, yeah,
And I was like, oh shit, there is
like
something.
the whole time. And then he looked down. It worked out.
Yeah,
was
because he
forever,
like
though.
he just looked at you and you had there, and I was like, oh, there is something, and he was like, oh, boom, and his face of defeat though, he goes,
Fuck.
Yeah, time slowed down for all of us. We're just like, shoo.
that podcast is nothing but 12-year-old boys. Just like, "Ah!" We just watched an explosion,
We just
and then
spent
it ends.
2 hours watching him go like in depth into like biblical education, everything, just being super articulate and smart. And then I fucking hit him with the 3rd grade joke, and then we end the podcast like fucking degenerates.
Yeah, Jack, my parents were sitting over there, and Isaiah went into like this huge biblical thing.
Lore, angels, the like how the representation, like he
Don't
is.
call it lore. People are gonna get mad.
Sorry, lore is the proper word, right? What's lore mean?
It's secular. It's a. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know what the fuck. I have a GED. Don't go off of my grammar.
Got a kid.
You got a kid, but he's going through like he's just breaking it down into a very consumable product, and everyone is loving it. Like everyone just shut up and we just dude, he was so good. And he got so many compliments, and like all y'all out there, all the comments were like, man, if this dude was my like Sunday school teacher, I would have listened.
Yeah.
And my favorite comment is like one of y'all out there, you weirdos. He's like, I'm a pagan Viking, but holy shit, I would have turned to Christianity for this dude.
Holy
like,
fuck.
There you go.
I would have dropped that axe and opened up an IKEA stack, man.
Have you watched any of Wendigoon stuff?
I have not. I'm not as well versed with the internet stuff, so I've learned about him because of the show. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a long time for that explanation. I could have just said no. My apologies.
My favorite Wendigoon video ever is like 3 years old, and it's him explaining in detail why Christmas in the Cranks is communist propaganda. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. And you're just sitting there like, this dude, he's right. He's ruining it. Like this, like probably the last great American Christmas movie ever. He's like communist propaganda and just fucking shreds it. It's so good. It's hilarious. Dude, it's a shorter one. It's only like 30 minutes by him, which is a pretty short video for him, but like it's so good.
Boom! The year's 2024. Do you know what that means? A new look for you. Manscaped has the 5.0 Lawnmower Ultra. That's right, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is a man's cheat code to looking good, feeling good, and have all the confidence. Whether you're looking to maintain a trim or make sure everything's gone, this has you covered. Trusted by 10 million men worldwide. I actually use this. I endorse this. I use all their products. Equipped with 2 skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little bit off the top, and a new foil blade to take everything off comfortably. And for the dudes out there that want a full grooming experience, look no further than Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0. In that grooming kit, you get the trusted lawnmower, Manscaped's ears and nose hair trimmers, and essential aftercare products with the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant. Head over to manscaped.com and use code UNSUB and get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Oh, I love free shipping. Make your balls and your spouse happy.
Yeah, he goes.
Do
on
you know
a
what
blood meridian.
socialist propaganda is?
What is it?
The Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm listening.
Francis Bellamy. Francis Bellamy.
Oh, now show her. We got the clip. She's dialed in.
I do not say the Pledge of Allegiance because it's socialist propaganda. It was written by an open and avowed Christian socialist named Francis Bellamy. And people forget, pre-World War II, socialists were getting elected to high positions in this country. It wasn't like the bad word it is now. Socialism was a lot more common, especially in the Depression era.
To piggyback, Pledge of Allegiance didn't happen until 50s or 60s.
No,
or was that
started in the late 19th century.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like the 1960s, 1950s?
No, like the 1890s. So
Oh, man,
basically,
I thought it was
Francis
way
Bellamy got hired to write this thing so they could sell flags for this magazine. But he straight up, the whole point was to get it into schools and indoctrinate children to socialist ideals. And which he did. He was successful. They even had a thing called the Bellamy Salute. They quit doing it in 1942, and
was it like that?
It was like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was upside down?
Instead of doing the hand on the heart, the ironic thing is he was a minister, a Christian minister. The one nation under God wasn't added in until the 1950s.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that part of it wasn't added until like 50, 60 years later.
But yeah, if you see Star Spangled Banner, love that shit. That's a fucking banger. Top
Banger
one on
song.
the billboards. Love that song. But when it comes to reciting, that pledge creeps me out, man. I might as well watching freaking 1,000 North Korean kids reciting something right there. It creeps me out. That pledge does, man.
How does that make you feel, Nick?
I don't know. I have
Nick
mixed
makes us
feelings.
actually say the Pledge of Allegiance before every episode.
It's true.
Yeah, you guys missed it.
He's not a Christian, so that's his prayer.
Fun fact, they actually have the same exact American flag with the little holder that you can screw into the wall on Amazon. There's one in that corner right there. You just don't see
It's
it.
beautiful.
Yo, catch the Pledge of Allegiance on Patreon.
We also have that old school clock that hangs right next to it that we all know. It's amazing.
Yeah. Don't worry. When I found out Rudy was kind of bullshit, it ruined the movie for me. So sorry for ruining the movie for you guys.
I was like, Rudy. Oh, yeah, that is, if you want to go on that tangent. What? Wait, okay. What is your next video? Because you're usually one or two ahead.
Probably gonna. I think I'm doing the Devil Duck probably as soon as I get home.
Do you talk about them on this show ahead of time at all, or are they secret?
Well,
This
I
is a
talk
couple
about
weeks
it
out.
technically ahead of time, but we're so far ahead on this podcast that I usually get the video done and it's uploaded by the time this podcast comes out.
I want to hear about it.
The Devil Duck?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Marine. You'll love this story. This is the most Marine Corps story that's ever happened.
I don't even know this fucking.
You don't know the story? You've never heard of the Devil Duck?
I'm not
Oh
a
my
Marine.
God. In the
I'm an ex-Marine.
In the 1940s, a young Marine was in the Netherlands getting ready to go into the Pacific Theater to fight. And in the Netherlands, he was at a bar and they were playing poker. And the Marines won all the money from the locals. And the locals were like, fuck it, here's my prize duck. And put it in the middle of the table. He's like, all right, I'm going to win this duck. So he wins a duck, right? And they
Coolest
end up...
duck ever.
Where did
they end up...
Imagine just being like,
So obviously this dude's
Of
like...
course,
E-
the Marines are like, yeah, we'll
E4.
take that fucking duck. Yeah.
E4, E3, Lance Corporal,
the
somewhere
duck.
right around there, right? And he's like, I got this fucking pet duck now. Obviously, he brings it with him. Okay, he brings this duck with him. This duck participates in 4 amphibious landings in the Pacific.
Holy shit.
Including the amphibious landing of Tarawa, which is like one of the deadliest battles in the Pacific
Holy
of World War II.
The duck survived?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
So
God.
he ends up getting the rank of sergeant. Sergeant Seawash is his name. This fucking duck. Okay, makes it. Goes through multiple amphibious landings. Apparently, I swear to God, like I have the sources, I have the Time news articles and the drawings. The duck got in a fight with the Japanese rooster during one of the amphibious landings and beat this Japanese rooster in a fight and ended up getting a military medal for going toe-to-toe with this Japanese rooster.
Fuck you, you rooster fuck.
I just picture in my head, the duck has like its flap, like stepping on the chicken. A GI tosses a 1911 next to it, and the duck's like,
Affleck.
Boom. Execute.
So, and then fucking survives, makes it all the way through World War II with the Marines.
Wow.
Doing multiple amphibious landings. Ends up, they give it to, I forget which zoo it was off the top of my head, but it lived the rest of its life in a zoo. But it was,
made it to the States.
Yeah, it made it back to the States. It was drinking booze with the Marines all the time, right?
Of course.
Oh
And like there's pictures of this duck drinking beer with the Marines while the Marines are hitting on the fucking like women. There's literally pictures of this dude in his dress uniform. The duck's drinking booze while he's hitting on like 3 girls.
Did the duck have anything?
No, no,
But it's still a fucking duck.
I do believe this is the first historical record of a wingman, though, as far as picking up weapons. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like if they're in a bar and anyone fucks with the duck, they're all just like,
Oh, God, it'd be
"The
terrible.
fuck did you just
What'd
do?
you say to my
What'd you
duck?
say?"
That's my service
That's
duck.
a good luck duck right there, man.
My service duck. It
And,
gets into any bar.
He ended up dying of liver complications, and the Marine Corps, I have the newspaper
Wonder why
article.
drinking.
The Marine Corps had to release an official statement at the time in like 1949, 1950, somewhere right around there when the duck died. They had to release this official statement from the Marine Corps that the liver complications that Sergeant Seawash had are not related to the excessive amount of drinking with the Marine Corps. And then they had him stuffed. And allegedly, he's in the museum in Virginia.
In Quantico there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Anyone,
dope.
can we borrow that for Unsub for like a year?
Yo,
We would play.
So here's the thing. I reached out to that museum, and they didn't get back to me. And I'm not saying this happened, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, somebody was like down in the basement one day. Why the fuck is there a duck here? And like probably got rid of it or something dumb.
Can we start an Unsub series where it's like Unsub field trips and we'll go visit? Like
Field
we'll
trips
go.
are so fucking
We'll
funny.
go visit the duck.
trip.
Any field
Unsub
trip.
field
Any-
trip.
Unsub field trips.
There's I know one of the best ones. There's a military, there's a U.S. Navy ship like sitting in the middle of a field in Mississippi or in Ohio.
Oh boy, wow!
Like-
Did they bring it out to scrap it and it just got left?
It flooded, and some like military unit fucking drove this fucking. Like, it's not a big ship, but they drove a military vessel all the way up, and then they just got beached there, and they just fuck it, leave it in the middle of this forest in Ohio, and you like hike. It's like an 8-mile hike from the road to go down into the woods
Unsub
to
field
find
trip.
this thing. And you can get it. Well, nobody's out there, so like if we actually like ruck marched all the way out there, we could bring shit and set up the cameras and film on the boat.
We
Nobody's
just do an
stopping us.
Unsub
There's no
episode.
park or anything. It's just a national park, and there's if you go out there, it's geo-marked. You can just find this fucking boat.
I like your idea. We set up the podcast beside the fucking ship.
That's our backdrop.
We just got a legal excuse to get a fucking short bus as a write-off.
Done.
Unsub field trips.
Dude, Ryan's going to be so happy.
Let's outfit a short bus, dude.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Hey, can I? Hey,
The tism.
hey, am I allowed to come in it?
I guess. Why?
I always want to ask permission if I can come places, you know?
Jack, you are allowed fucking anywhere.
Jack, you can come
You want to
wherever
come
you want.
with us? If
All
we're
right.
if we're going on a trip or something, you're always allowed to come.
Oh, what kind of cum did you think I was talking about?
To the ones on my face.
I thought you were talking about jacking off.
No, I want to come in the bus.
Yep.
And we'll just keep it at that. He's like, oh, I want to come in the bus.
Man, my jokes aren't hitting today.
This could be so
No, Jack,
funny,
you
though.
shut your fucking mouth. You had many bangers so far. Many bangers. When is what is your next when you start your fucking series?
Yeah, when's your next video when you start your channel?
They're all written. Peter and I just have to film them.
Okay, no, but like put a date on it for the crowd.
give a
Well, we
taste.
can hold
Give
you
a
to
taste.
it.
'Cause I'm interviewing freaking. I got 5-6 work trips this month, so I will be home from March 12th to the 18th, and I'm going to film it in that time period.
What can we have a story?
What's it about?
One of them. So there's a couple videos I did in the past, just like little 1 minute Instagram things that I elaborated on. Yeah, that I put.
Sent them. You sent them to me. Like,
Yeah.
This one, I was like, yes, not long form.
Yeah. So one of them is going to be basically how related the European family was at World War One, like how fucking inbred they were. Yeah.
If you guys, that is actually, if like, there's so many
Will you
stories.
bring up the toilet for me?
The toilet?
The toilet. They hid the toilet, Jack.
The toilet. It's been around for a long fucking time.
What toilet?
The world's first flushable toilet was invented by like Queen Elizabeth I's fucking nephew. And then he wrote a book talking shit about Queen Elizabeth. So she like confiscated the blueprints, had it made and put in her quarters, and then like buried the technology for like fucking the next 150
Holy
years.
shit, I
like,
had no
literally,
idea.
They had the only flushable toilet for like 200 to 300 years, like some outrageous amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's like making a car, and then your nephew makes a car, and you're like, man, this is dope.
I'm not sharing this with anybody.
Yeah, and then your nephew's a piece of shit, so you're like, well, this is my car now.
There's one person with a car driving around on the road.
Since the 1500s.
Everyone's like,
and
what
then
the fuck, man?
You
came
just
out.
show up to Buckingham, you walk up to the guard there just standing his post, like, I want to see the fucking toilet, man. There's been so many asses on that toilet, dude.
Let me see that shitter, bro. Because, I mean, for the long time, if you don't know this, you would have on castles, it kicked out the side
there's
of
like
Shit out the side of the
chute.
tower.
literally out the side of the chute, and then you'd have a dude that would fucking come clean it, scrub it down.
That's why when people even like 70, 60, 70 years ago, when people
1596.
wow,
Fucking like they had flushable toilets.
I don't know if that would have been Elizabeth, but that because her reign ended, I think, in the mid 16th century.
She was the golden age, right?
Yeah, she was the last.
Sir
Tudor.
John Harrington designed the first toilet to eliminate the need for tossing waste out manually.
Maybe
and it
that
was the
was
first conceptualized flushable feature. His godmother, Queen Elizabeth I, had a unique device installed in Richmond Palace in 1596.
Holy shit!
Damn.
And then she was like, "Fuck you, nephew." Yeah, they romanticized even during the French. What was the really chateau?
Yeah,
And it was
Versailles.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that smelled like absolute shit.
The world, everybody fucking stunk. Even in the 1950s, people only bathed like twice a week. Like people just stunk back in the day. The streets were smelly. We see all these nice picturesque European streets now. That people just throwing shit and piss out into the streets. It was gross back then.
The chateau, so that's why perfumes were created to mask the terrible smell. They would in this nice castle. This castle was like the top tier in France at the time. They would just go and shit and piss in corners of the house. That was it. That was it.
No wiping, probably.
I don't even know. It was just terrible back then. Then everyone glorified it, as you're saying, Jack.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. This was not a beautiful
They
thing.
rarely show that part in movies about like any historical stuff is like what hygiene looked like.
It's really tragic because if I have to hear one more person on the internet be like, I was born in the wrong century. I want to live when it was cobblestone streets in the 16th.
We've got them now with modern plumbing. Yeah.
You don't want to live in a time where,
It's
especially,
pretty great now.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would never want to go back in time and be like, this is my time. I wake up, they're like, this Mexican Asian tattoo man is a slave now.
Fucking
I'm like,
hard my job would be
that's
without the internet. I'd have to go to the library. Gross.
Yeah.
and then you're just reciting to the library kids.
Oh, jeez. Could you imagine me going to the librarian at Mason City, Iowa? Yeah, I'm looking for primary sources to prove that the government has a cheese cave in Missouri.
Like, hey, we got another McVeigh over here.
Hi. Do you have any sources about why Lyndon B. Johnson's cock blocking me from having a Hilux because Germany didn't eat enough chicken in the 1960s? Please, I can help at all.
Oh,
Write this down
Can I
real
tell
quick.
a fun Richard Nixon story?
Yeah, of course
I
you
read
can.
this.
Absolutely.
I read
This is the history podcast today, guys.
As the story goes, he was still president. He had already announced his resignation as president, but he was still president for a few more days. He was just, waiting to get on that helicopter. And I guess, and the Reagan assassination attempt was really when the Secret Service we know today really was born. They still didn't have the same protocols. They still had lax protocols back then. Anyways, Nixon wanted to take a little drive early in the morning in D.C. So he got in the presidential limo. He's driving around D.C. Just on his own. Well, he's in the back of the limo, and there's a bunch of protesters around the National Mall there, around the Lincoln Memorial. And the protesters see it's the president of the United States in this limo. And one of them runs up to Lincoln's window and just flicks him the bird, right? And then Nixon rolls down the window and gives him the bird back, rolls up the window, and he turns to his driver and he says, that son of a bitch is going to go his entire life telling people the president of the United States gave him the middle finger and no one's ever going to believe him. Yeah.
And that reminds me of fucking who's the
awesome.
actor? Who's the actor? God dang it. Groundhog
Bill
Day.
Murray. Bill Murray.
See, you already knew.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Crazy Bill Murray
Have
story.
you heard Bill Murray's stories?
Oh, like where he goes and takes pictures of people that are passed out at the bar and shit.
He will show up to parties or he'll do that and be like, no one's going to believe you. And fucking bounces. Like, he will show
hilarious.
up just to random parties and do that. There's Tom Hanks did that at that one wedding reception.
Yeah.
Like, jogged up.
Oh, yeah. In Central Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
See the Bill Murray picture of him washing the dishes in the apartment?
No.
He goes to this college kid's house party, and there's a famous picture of him doing the dishes because there were just so many dirty dishes.
Bill Murray, and it's such a when you get to that level, if I was Tom Cruise level, that's the shit I would do.
Yeah. Why the F not?
I'd just drive and be like, knock on a door. Hey, I got a pizza. You want to fucking eat?
You want to eat pizza? Yeah.
And sit down and just be like, what are we watching? They're not going to say no. No one's going to turn Tom Cruise away.
Well, I noticed he's not that level of fame, but he's pretty famous. Bam was kind of like that, where he just show up to a group of people sitting down, just sit down and talk to strangers, and they'd be like, "Is this Bam Margera right now?" Just
Yeah, and his height,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck? Dude, any celebrity, to get to that level and to be able to just, I would have fun if I was at that level. If I was Taylor Swift,
I wouldn't be at football games.
no. I'd be fucking flying my private jet
Dude, we
to
talked
the best places in the world and just hanging
it's
out.
like why Travis Kelce? He's like he's a dumb jock. He's probably not a dumb human being, but he's a jock. He's like a jock bro.
Who's that?
Her boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
tight end.
yeah.
He's like a jock. And we were talking why did she choose him? And someone brought it up, made a really good point. Look at her dating history. She's only fucked actors and nepo babies and
Musicians.
all these high society pussy dudes. She's with that guy because he's giving her the dick of a lifetime. He's giving her fucking athlete dick.
The athletic
That
dick.
sounds like something you need to Lotram and Ultra for.
He's not on her intellectual level. She just wants to get fucked hard by this guy.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad for him because it's as me and Cody just did. Who?
Who are we talking
Everyone
about?
responds about as Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. Well, I know.
Sorry.
go ahead.
I really like not her boyfriend, but the brother and his wife.
Jason Kelce. Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Kelce and his wife are pretty cool.
Which one? I
And
haven't
his-
heard of him yet.
Huh? It's,
I
his
haven't
brother's
seen
also
his
a
brother's in the
football
NFL
player,
too.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
he's a little bit thicker. I think he's a lineman, not
he's a
tight
center,
end.
yeah.
And
He's a Hall of
but
Famer.
his wife, they've been together forever, and his wife is pretty cool. And
Yeah.
she's like, nah, I'll fight another woman if she tries to flirt with my husband. It's just they have a really cool relationship dynamic.
They podcast
They're-
together.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
super cool.
I love. Dude, I saw the best tweet too. I'm not gonna do it the justice it deserves, but it's Taylor Swift, writing these deep lyrics, and it's just Travis Kelce lifts his head up from the dog bowl with food in his mouth. Babe, you are so smart.
Taylor Swift is.
That sounds like a fucking Meat Canyon skit right there, dude.
Taylor Swift
Bro,
is.
you are so smart. I just back down.
Did you see Meat's video about Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
The elk bugling. All the girls are going
Yeah,
crazy.
just opens the mouth. They all whisper. It gets back to Taylor instantly.
You see, she's trying to sue a college student.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a college student because like public flights leaving and landing is public information.
Yep.
You can track flights.
Yeah, you can track
Yeah.
any flight. Almost.
So he tracks celebrities' flights
That's the one that Elon got
because
pissed
he
at.
can. And he posts about it, and Taylor Swift is suing him because she doesn't appreciate that she's advocating that everybody helps the world be green. And he's like, I mean, also, you're flying on a private jet every other day, pretty much. And she's now trying to sue this college kid for it. Pretty exciting.
15 minutes.
I don't think it was Hunter, but someone made a cartoon recently of her going to the fridge to get a drink, and she jumps in her private jet, flies to another mansion.
That's actually pretty hilarious. Gets out of bed and drives a fucking 747. A crew walks into the fridge.
Crashes into another mansion, and she gets a drink out of the fridge, gets back in, and it flies back to her place.
That's so good.
I can't imagine.
Jack, I remember you telling me a story about one of your deployment. When you were during. So if most of you don't know this, Jack, you were during like the surge of everything.
Because you were infantry.
Yeah, bastard. I was an LAV crewman. It's technically infantry.
Okay.
So yeah, LAVs. There's like 3 battalions in the Marine Corps. That's it.
Now, Jack had a whole bunch of MREs leading into this, and no wipes.
Not the.
it
I was there for the invasion of Iraq.
And then you had poopies.
Oh yeah, I shit myself twice in 1 hour. Yeah, is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been.
This is how look at the reaction right now.
Yeah. I'll never forget.
This is during the invasion of Iraq.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, I'm listening to you.
This is one of those just tragically human moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tragically human.
Yeah.
It's my new metal band.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, no, we did the invasion of Iraq. I was in 1st Marine Division. Our battalion was very much at the front of the pack for most of it. And we
Soft armor Humvees.
Yeah, it was like light armored vehicles. Yeah, and they were light armored.
IEDs weren't a thing yet.
Yeah. They weren't. Yeah, that was like the fun times. Yeah, it's like we can just shoot guys. We know who the bad guys are. But anyways,
He's got
yeah,
an AK.
yeah, yeah.
They actually wear uniforms.
But this was at the tail end of it. We had just our battalion took to Crit, and we had just seized. And you got to understand, we've been eating nothing. There were times where I was only getting 1 MRE a day, but when the supply train was caught up to us, we were getting about 2 MREs a day.
Gas mask, no gas. Did you do MOP?
Yeah, we went into. I got a funny story about that too. Like.
Just for reference, everyone, MOP, they cycled out of that, but during the invasion, and for a year or two, you would just have to wear MOP gear, and that is a non-breathable to keep out bio and gas. You're wearing
Charcoal impregnated Carhartt
and this
coveralls,
is from
basically,
head to toe
in the
you're
desert.
wearing a non-breathable in the fucking desert.
Yeah,
Jarhead has a
Generation
good scene
Kill?
about that.
Oh, yeah.
Generation Kill
Yeah.
does too.
Generation Kill shows the mob gear.
So we
pretty
actually
early.
did. My unit was like represented in that because we did missions with them during all that. Anyways, yeah. So I've been eating. It's pretty. So we get to Tikrit. We find this weapons plant that has like 50,000 AKs in it, and we're supposed to blow it up. But like while we're in Tikrit, this it was like the first fresh food I'd had in at least a month. This old Iraqi lady gave us like some chicken, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, thanks, old lady." Woo 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 woo. Yeah, and
You don't ever eat. Jack probably hadn't learned this. You do not eat their food.
oh, I learned it the hard way, Eli. This is I got to mention this. About 3 or 4 days prior, it was with the Generation Kill guys. We got in this ambush, and a mortar landed right in front of my vehicle and blew. We would hang our packs on the outside of the vehicle. It blew my pack up. So like it just sent shrapnel going through my pack. So all my clothes just were like covered in freaking shrapnel. And so I only had like 2 pairs of underwear. No, I only had 1 pair of, I only had what I was wearing and like 1 pair of camis that were like covered in holes, right? And I freaking, anyways.
Mortars, so explosions, grenades, mortars, it's not the explosion that kills you, it's the shrapnel that is sent out. And it just fragments everyone. So you have these tiny bullets or pieces of shrapnel metal that just shred everything.
Yeah, because in movies like grenades, there's no big fiery blast.
Yeah. No.
It's just a pop. And then
one of the most depressing things of Army basic training is that was a grenade.
Yeah.
It's literally 5 meters to 10 meter
But
kill
you do
radius.
get to see the dumb kid get body slammed by a very serious 11 Bravo. That's the funniest shit on the planet.
Doing this,
Bro,
you're like,
you drill it 3 times. They're like, you're going to throw it and get down. And then you do it with nothing. And then you do it with dummy grenades. And then you do it with real grenades. And every time some kid... and they pick the biggest 11 Bravo on the fucking planet. And it's that 11 Bravo goes 1 Mississippi and fucking suplexes this person.
I've seen like, there's that one viral video where he like breaks the kid's arm, where he just fucking hip tosses him onto the ground.
Yeah, that happens every time.
you do not fuck around with grenades. The shrapnel will kill you. Period.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Anyway, so the crit was pretty much the last really hard thing we did. So this was like honestly the first time in 3 weeks that I had the opportunity to take a nap. People were starting to wash their clothes. So it was like, oh my God, we have time to do stuff now. And I decided to take a nap in my vehicle. I was a driver, so I could lay out my seat, and I had the most room in the vehicle. And then probably about a half hour into my nap, I woke up and I just didn't feel right. And I was like,
This is after the chicken.
Yeah, this is after the chicken. And I just looked down. It was the desert camis at that time. And I was like, oh, fuck, I shit myself. Oh, no. And so I was like, oh, crap. I tried to do it in...
Oh, no. I shit myself.
Yeah. I get out. So I'm able to stand, and I can stand up out of my little driver's hole and just go into my pack, right? So I had to take my underwear off. My undies were filled with shit. And I had to grab the pair of camis that had shrapnel. Oh, it was just like little peppered in shrapnel. And I was like, all right, got a new pair of pants. I baby wiped myself. I didn't think any of my people noticed. So I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm still tired. I lay my eyes again, and sure enough, like 15, 20 minutes later, the guys laying in the back of the vehicle just heard, oh no! I shit myself twice in 1 hour. And at this point, now I clean myself up, but I'm standing butt naked. Like out of the vehicle, so the driver's hatch is here. So I'm standing, so like my dick, I'm inside the vehicle here. I'm standing up. The whole company's watching at this point. I'm basically holding the 2 shitty pants, the one with the shrapnel in it, and the one before, like determining which one has the least amount of shit on it, because I have to put pants back on. And
you want shrapnel or shit?
Yeah, both are shit. Both have poop. This is the best part. The call comes in. Hey, first platoon, you guys got to go. What's it called? God, I've been out of the military a long time. What's it called where you set up, like you block,
lines of fire?
You block off an area for, if VOD's out, you just set up we set up a perimeter.
Yeah, set up a perimeter.
Yeah, we set up a perimeter.
I record on.
So they were going to blow up all these fucking AKs they just found. And so I was like, oh, fuck, I got to put this, whatever. I don't even remember which pair I chose. I put the shitty pair back on, and I'm just, and then it's coming, right? So we're driving out there. We're having to drive through urban areas. Dude, I don't know if I should say this. Like, I'm pretty sure I ran over a all of my brain power I'm all of my brain power. all of my, and Cody, I'm sorry. It's my natural line of sight is over here. I should be looking at you more often.
You're good, man. You fucking.
All my brain power was going into not shitting myself again because it came on, and we're just rushing to this place. I'm not kidding you. We pull into the place. I put that motherfucker in park. My sergeant, the vehicle commander, knows at this point I'm about to shit myself. I get out of the vehicle, and like the entire fucking company is like in a coil. I run out to the center of this field, and in front of the entire company, I'm just shitting like Lloyd from freaking. Like Lloyd, or not Lloyd, like Harry from Dumb and Dumber. I am shitting in the middle of this open field that they're about to detonate. The entire company's laughing at me, and I'm like asking. I'm asking one of my scouts, one of the 0311s, I'm like, I need toilet paper. And they're all laughing. He throws it at me. It lands fucking 10 feet in front of me. So I'm crawling to this fucking toilet paper, wiping my ass. And no shit, I'm not even kidding you. I fucking run back to the vehicle, and that's like when the thing like pretty much exploded. And like, I'm pretty sure I felt shit hit my back as I was running back. And this is the best part of this is how fucked up the Marine Corps was during the invasion. They had to give me a Desert Storm era flak jacket that didn't even Velcro, and I only had one plate, so I had to decide if like the front of my body or the back of my body was more important. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Band of Brothers series with you.
I remember. God,
we glorify war, and you hear that story.
Steve Eichenberger was my NCO at the time, and I walk up to the vehicle. I'm dejected. Everyone's laughing at me. He goes, "You smell like an infant."
Oh, that clip's gonna get a lot of views, Jack.
Jack's new podcast, Diarrhea in Combat.
Dude, and that's the thing is like I've worked with a lot of veterans for years, but like I don't talk about and be like somebody asked me, he's like, you never really told a war story before, and I'm like, yeah, because I hang out with like Medal of Honor recipients and Green Berets and DevGru guys at times. It's like, what am I going to contribute to that war story conversation, you know?
That piece of gold right there.
We don't have to say the organization, but you had some, speaking of Brandon Herrera and how much he wants veterans to sewer
slide.
You had an organization come over to the house that one time, and you made some sewer slide jokes in front of them.
I didn't even make them. A certain high esteemed organization came to Jared's place, and they had this idea for a movie concept. We told the concept, which we all thought was hilarious because we live in the world that we do, where it's like there's really nothing that's off limits. And these guys
fucked up.
These guys don't live in that world. And one of the guys was so offended. And you know, Jared, when he says something, when he's about to say what he thinks is something, he gets the biggest smile on his face. And Jared was just so happy that he was telling the story. Most of the other guys were laughing, but this one guy is just dead staring the whole time. And it continued on for like a half hour. I saw it. He was just dead staring Jared down the rest of the night. And as they're leaving, he just walks up to Jared and he's like, "Hey man, if you make that movie, your company's going under. It'll ruin you." He was like, "So you don't joke about that, brother." Yeah, he did that whole thing. And I was just like, all right, you fucking boomer. Yeah.
He had seen the real shit. He lived on base for a long time.
Yeah.
And did nothing from there.
No, that's, yeah. They made a movie about these guys, but like, I'm not, yeah.
And like Jack's like,
Yeah.
okay, so Jack, you've been, I love all your stories because you have been shot in basic.
Yeah.
You
didn't get a Purple Heart.
Wait, you didn't know this?
I've told this story like 3 times on this show already. I don't know.
Do a quick synopsis for him.
I got shot. 5.56 from a saw, point blank. Yeah, it's right.
Where?
Right there.
Through and through, or what?
Yeah, it split me open pretty good. Yeah.
How did that happen?
It split me open like a BBC, baby.
No, how did it happen? So back in the Marine day, they didn't give a shit about when they were rodding off the range.
Yeah, this was before like the infantry school instructors were like, went to schools. It was like, you got 3 months left. Go babysit these fucking privates. Anyways,
I love the ideology. It's like you're about to get out, and that is when you do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, go. Fuck your babysit privates.
What year was that?
This is 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm old.
Yeah, I was 8.
But yeah, we were doing live fire for our first time with a saw, 500 privates, and we basically they did not do their due diligence, and while we were cleaning the weapons,
Jack's in the front of the barrel.
I'm cleaning the barrel. The guy takes the buttstock off. There, set it down. Sent the charging handle forward, and there was a round lodged up in there, and old PFC Mandaville, and I just stood there and I think the first thing I did a little. I was like, Corporal. And I remember they both these NCOs show up at the same time. They grab my arm. They're like tugging me back and forth. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I don't know, dude." Like they knew they were gonna get in trouble for this. Anyways, one of them died later in the Battle of Najaf.
And then Jack didn't get out of a test.
Yeah. And that night, I've been in the hospital all night. They got me sutured up, and I come back like at 2 a.m. It was a Friday. They were supposed to let him go on the weekend, and all the Marines were sitting there on their lockers, like staring at me like I did something wrong, like I'm the one that shot myself. But they kept him there until I got back, and they're reading off the list of everyone that had to come in and make up tests in the morning. And he's reading off the list, and he goes, "I did offensive patrolling." And he's like, "Mandaville," and I, I'm still bleeding through the bandages. I'm like, "Here, First Sergeant," and he's like, "What, you think you're getting out of this fucking test?" "No, First Sergeant." Yeah,
Bro.
but I didn't have to do they didn't make me do PT tests.
God, no! They wanted you to be like,
they let me pass right through. Yeah,
let him be fine. He's just going to war anyway.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
yeah.
That's a clip in itself. Hoorah. Or whatever.
We're fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Cody, what's your next? So we got all y'all's videos. Cody, what is the next piece of content? You just did. We've talked about it a couple times. Squirrel shooting.
Oh, God.
Now you're going into yours is like day-to-day basis where you're like,
I'm trying to talk him into new shit.
No, it's like fucking. I have to do that emoji right there where I like grab my nose and I'm like, God, you guys fucked this up. My channel went back 5 years again. Have you seen the female police officers mag dumping into the apartment yet?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's a gnarly one.
what happens, Cody?
I think it was in Houston.
this is a sheriff's department, right?
I think so.
Sheriffs, yeah.
There was a lady came to the door with a gun because
She was staying there or lived there?
yeah, she was staying, or her friend lived there and she came to the door with a gun. She didn't even get to the door, open the door, but the female officer saw her through the window coming to the door with a gun. And again, I don't know the build up to this. I haven't looked into it very much, but these female police officers just start mag dumping. Like one of them reloads, mag dumps, reloads again, shoots more.
I pointed out yesterday one is one-handed firing. From the angle in the video.
I can't decide.
she was
I'm gonna be
checking her
honest.
nails.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm less offended about the one hand firing than I am of the grip that the other one had.
Yeah, because so it's in the same frame. So the one on the left, yeah, she's mag dumping and then goes one handed, and then the female officer we're looking through, the blonde, she's got her thumbs crossed on a Glock and is just like mag dumping too.
You don't do that.
You go like this. This is a proper GVAN. If I can show that like that, not this, because the slide
comes back. You get slide by it.
Not good. And this isn't shitting on just like, this isn't like girls. This is
like day one shooting.
This is day one shooting. It's also like what you preach, which I fucking love. It's Cody's indiscriminate when it comes to that shit. You're like, if you're a bad police officer and you're doing that, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one-handed. I don't shoot one-handed.
And I think that was on her third mag or her second mag too. She's just like do.
And you, because this is all you see, and
You had to call for more ammo. Damn it!
It's whipping around, just shooting, and you're like, because in the Army, Marine, I guarantee everyone that has served, if you have shit bags, you do not.
Oh, they'll take away motherfuckers' weapons. Yeah. you're gonna go guard the chow hall.
Yeah, you were not going near the front line.
with a PT belt.
Yeah.
Like even when I was a cop, we made fun of people so much they would just quit.
I noticed that when I did, and I don't want to interrupt your flow with this story.
No, this is perfect.
I spent that week out there in West Texas covering the police department out there, and I did. That's one thing I did observe was that no one's more critical of cops than other cops. I've watched a lot of senior cops. They were quick to point out who they thought were shitbags in the department.
Well,
Yeah, we brought.
if I can speak highly of you, it is one of my favorite things for you is you call that shit out, and you get, for whatever reason, it is this idea that you are like, you just side. It's like, no, you give, when they do an amazing job or an officer steps up to the line, you're like, hey, this dude did the proper thing. Here's the due diligence. Here's the background story. Here's everything. But Jesus Christ, if they're shitbags,
Bro,
fucking nut guy, female cop shooter shooting a dude, you are like, go fuck yourself.
Dude, we had this one kid one time, speaking on, we brought him down to, I worked third shift in my department, so I worked at night. So sometimes you're bored, you don't have anything to do. We brought this one kid who had just joined. We're always trying to train. We're always training, we're trying to get better. We brought this one kid down to the basement of the police department just to do some training, like basic grappling and jujitsu, whatever. And one of my buddies who did jujitsu a lot told this kid, he was like, all right, arrest me. He's like, what? We're like, arrest me. Like, this kid had already been a shitbag. He'd already done some other shit that like was retarded. And my buddy told him, arrest me. Just go ahead. And he wasn't even fighting back hard. Like, my buddy was just like standing there. And he couldn't get him into handcuffs whatsoever. And he quit the next day because he couldn't get my buddy into handcuffs. He was like, shit, maybe I'm not supposed to be in this line of work.
Maybe I'm not cut out for. I guarantee your buddy was just like,
he wasn't fighting back. He was just like, put me in handcuffs. It was just standing there. It wasn't a big guy either. He was just like, no, do it. Put me in handcuffs. And because that's the guy that has your back, every fucking call you go to. And you want them to be able to put someone in handcuffs. He couldn't get them into handcuffs.
It's no different than war. It's you want somebody that, as you said, has your back. They can like, hey, if something happened, like I can carry you. I can carry you. I can carry you. Don't want to. I can do it though, no problem.
You could have carried definitely like Marine weight me.
I can carry you now.
Oh, I know that.
I stay
You're in good
decent
shape. Yeah. I'm saying Marine weight me would have been a lot easier.
Oh yeah, I'm like, Jack, I got you, and I run out like this, my arms locked out. I'm like, good to go, Jack. Now I'm like, Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, it sucks,
I'm gonna
Jack.
feel this
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna bitch at you. I'm gonna bitch at you the entire time.
Yeah. While I'm just like repeating Matt Foley impressions into your ear. Yeah.
But that's the thing you're saying. It's like these are the dudes that have your back, and you want them to be able to have your fucking back at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Thankfully, that guy quit.
Yeah. Fucking thank God. Jesus, that was an ordeal.
How's Acorn Bro holding up? Have you guys talked about Acorn Man?
Oh,
Yeah,
We talked about it on the
yeah.
last
All right,
podcast. I don't know. I'm not going to reach out to him. Like he fucked up. Like that was a fuck up right there.
Some people
17 times in a row.
Yeah.
17. Yeah.
Dude, I'd love to do a reenactment of the guy in the car.
It's literally Guy Ritchie. There I was. As the slow motion rounds are flying next to his head. He's like,
yeah.
they're passing, deflecting off of each other. He's just like, oh.
Well, do you see the female officer in that too shot also?
Yeah, because she didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and he's like, they're shooting at me from the car, and she starts mag dumping too into the car.
Oh, God.
Which
Oh,
hurts
man.
like for her, because he does say, I'm hit this. If you were like, this is happening, I'm going to fucking shoot wherever Cody
Slightly
said.
more understandable.
Yeah. But it's been
Suppressing
Cody, I'm
fire,
like, where were you
maybe.
hit? Cody, where were you hit? And he's like, oh, I wasn't hit. I was like, where's the gunshot at?
Bro.
I'm like,
Exactly.
Cody.
I would have drawn and been like,
I want to.
all right, where's the shots at?
I want a skit of you being the boss, asking questions and having to get explained to you what happened. At this point, he said, "I was shot." where were you shot? I wasn't. That's what I want. I want you to be the sergeant asking these two what happened.
At this moment, his legs hurt. That's because he's did 2 combat rolls and scraped them gently on the pavement.
God, that guy. I don't know what's going to happen with that, man.
He moved to Argentina.
The person in the car is getting paid.
I mean, to be realistic, he could just go to another fucking agency and just be a cop again.
Which is terrifying.
I
don't know how that's a fucking rule. Imagine you're in the army and you're like, well, fuck, I
You just go and join the Marines.
I'll go into the Marines. Yeah, exactly. That's how you just like walk over to the Marines.
I'll tell you this though, at least they'd love him in Uvalde. He actually fucking shoots.
Which one?
That's true too. He was saying they would love him in Uvalde
because he actually pulls a trigger.
He does. He does the things.
Yeah.
He does the cop things.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like the defund the police movement got so heavy a couple years ago. The requirements for being a police officer shot down. And so they're just trying to hire a lot of people.
This is the same for the military going right now because we're at a... Jack, did you know this? Right now for the Navy, you don't even need a GED to join.
No shit.
Honestly, I don't hate that rule.
But opinion. Anybody can be a
You
Boston's
joined...
mate.
No, Jack, how many fucking retards did you have in basic? You were during the war.
Oh, there was...
You didn't...
No, I get it. Well, no, but I'm just saying because you don't have to have a GED, but you still have to have a certain ASVAB score. That's my point.
Do they?
Yes, there's still ASVAB requirements. So like that's their reasoning of like, oh, well, if you can still get like what's better? Would you rather have a dude that graduated from high school with a ASVAB score of 39 True. Or would you rather have some dude that dropped out when he was 16 but he's got an ASVAB score of 78?
Actually, Jack, you actually told the story of you had one dude that was actually retarded in your...
Yeah.
Wait, you never heard this one? I like that. I like both of your reactions to this. This is the best thing because what the drill sergeant says. Jack, I know you've told this before. Continue because I love this story.
They pulled a kid out because they found out like he was like
wait. Yeah, go. Sorry.
They pulled a kid out because they found out like I think like 2 or 3 weeks into it that he was like he's actually the drill instructor's like he's retarded. Yeah.
What was the drill sergeant saying?
He's like he's an actual retard. Yeah. He was
the drill sergeant walked up and said this to the platoon.
And he's like that guy's recruiter needs to be in jail. Yeah. But this was a case that happened with the Marines. This was 2002. That word was more commonly used back then. There was a case in the Marine Corps where this recruiter went and picked up a dude from a home for people with autism to bring him to MEPS. So he knowingly put in someone with high-level autism, to where they needed to live in a home.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We needed bodies. And that's like I know for a fact some of the dudes I went to basic with were definitely dude.
Yeah.
Like there were some like Looney, which was his name. That I hate that it sounds like I'm making up a fucking last name. His last name was Looney.
and he was retarded.
He had giant lips. I will remember this kid to the day of day. He just looks like this. The white kid.
Oh God.
And Looney would pee himself habitually every night. He'd piss his fucking bed or every other night. And then Looney shout out. You fucking great shot. I just remember sitting down at chow. We have the last man, fucking everything, last man, boom. I'm like 2 minutes of my meal and it sounds like someone's spilling water. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And I look over and there's just liquid dripping out from Looney. He's like, just want to pee myself. I'm like, God damn it. And he wasn't my platoon, thankfully. He was in first platoon. And the drill sergeants were like, what the fuck? They just hated this kid. He could PT kinda. He's fucking slow. He pissed himself all the time. And then we did shooting day.
Oh no.
Looney, me, and 2 other people shot expert. There was 4 of us that shot expert in basic.
Out of how many?
Platoon is 40, 80, 120, like 180 people, 200 people. So, drill sergeant, all the people that shot expert, drill sergeants are super nice to us.
You're a goddamn genius, Gump. I'd recommend you for
Why'd you hit so many
OCS.
targets? You told me to.
Bro, like loony. I remember Drill Sergeant Jackson at that time. He was this black dude. He's like, fucking loony, goddamn. Loony, you can shit. Holy shit, you got expert. Go get cake. Go get cake. Dude, loony can shoot. What the like, that epiphany of that drill sergeant registering this dude is dangerous on the battlefield. I was like, oh, they're going to make him deploy.
You remember day one when all the fat kids cried?
Oh God.
What do they do? What do they do on day one?
Oh, just like day one of
attack.
basic training with the.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it was food. It was dinner of day one. Because like shark, you get there at like noon. You just get the dog shit smoked out of you the whole day. It's just terrible. All right, we're going to dinner. You go to dinner. You stand at fucking parade rest in front of your food on the table after you get it, and then like, okay, eat. You all sit down, and it's like
10 seconds.
10 seconds, 15, whatever. Like you get a bite of food, maybe, if you were really fast. And they're like, okay, dump your trays, get the fuck outside. And then it's like, I don't know, we had 3 fucking fat kids crying and quit that day. Oh, yeah, they dropped out that day.
We had a lot of fat people, especially during my cycle. We had people that couldn't do a single sit-up on under 18 X-ray contracts. That's special forces contracts. That means you signed up for 5 goddamn years.
Wow.
And you signed up not being able to do a single sit-up because at that time recruiters did not give a fuck.
Oh, no.
They just they're like,
I got my numbers. I get to leave early today.
Have I told you my recruiting story?
no.
Okay. Well, okay. So it's funny, like we all had the same experience because it's like Navy, Marine, Army. No, so I enlisted under an EOD contract because I wanted to be EOD.
Smart man.
Yeah, and I got into, because to be an EOD, you got to go through kind of the same test that like SEALs and divers and those guys go through.
Yeah, a lot of swimming stuff.
A lot of swimming stuff.
Yeah.
So I got there and I couldn't swim fast. I couldn't do one fucking pull up. And yeah, but my recruiter fudged my numbers so I could get into the EOD program. And so I get there and we do I can't remember what the test is called. We get there and I'm like, I can't do one real pull up. Because like my recruiter wrote down, it's like, yeah, he can do. You only had to do like 7 dead hang pull ups at the time,
And they don't even tell you, so you're not even training
Man, there's
for
a
it.
big difference between 0 and 7 dead hand pull-ups.
So I
Like,
got
that don't
there.
sound like a lot. It's a lot.
They're like, do a pull up, and I was like kipping, and they're like, no, wait, you can't do a pull up, can you? And so one of the dive mo guys brought me into his office and was like, who the fuck is your recruiter? And so, like, I'm 19 at the time. I'm like, I don't know. I know him. And yeah, so that was the whole thing. It's like they're just recruiting. They're bringing in people, like anyone they could bring in. I couldn't even do one pull up. You're supposed to be able to do like 6 or 7 dead hangs.
They do. This is like recruiters lie. During my time, they said, Eli, as long as you max out your PT score and shoot expert, they will give you airborne and you can do whatever you want. Because I had a GED.
Oh, I have a story about this.
GED, you can't get shit. Like, that was the main thing. They're like, oh, you're a GED. I had to get my GED to join. That's the only reason I got a GED. So I was like, okay, fucking dope. I can probably shoot. I can definitely shoot expert. And then I'm physically fit. I like to work out. I did both, graduated with honors. I was like, drill sergeant, can I get my fucking airborne, go ranger and all that? And he's like, no. I was like, huh? What? Why? Like, my brain was so broken. They're like, no, you can't do that. I was like, but my recruiter said if I do both of these things, I can do what I want. Well, your fucking recruiter lied, got sent. Thankfully, I had first sergeant shout out. He looked at like PT score and shot expert. He's like, you're coming with us. You're going to 3rd platoon. Here you go. We'll fucking take care of you. I was like, oh, don't. And that dude is like, that's the guy that's like went Delta. He's like high speed dude. Like, God bless your soul. And then all the guys know him from the unit now. And it's the weirdest thing when I'm like, did you know this guy? And they're like, you know, fuck, holy shit. Oh my God. Let's tell the story about when he got drunk and kicked off a plane. I was like, go on. I want to hear how much of a shitbag.
Eli,
Good.
I have an idea. The gang does the ASVABs.
Holy fuck. We could arrange that.
Oh, it's like who's smarter than a
Gang
fifth grader
takes an
type shit.
We treat it like Top Gear, and then all our guests have to do the ASVAB now, and we have a leadership score.
Oh yeah!
We get it. Where's your name at? Oh, last place. Holy shit, Cody.
I hear the Sunny music. It's like doo 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 doo. The gang does the ASVABs.
We have everyone that comes on to the ASVAB, and we put a fucking leadership board. Where you rank?
It has to be.
It's really funny until we get a government contract for
Bro,
promoting
they wanted
taking
me
the
to be a
ASVAB.
nuke.
You got high on that.
Yeah, dude, they wanted me to be a nuke at the time. And I was like, no, I want to be EOD. I want to do that thing that Jeremy Renner did in the movie.
I heard it's realistic.
So I was a medic, and I was in HHC, National Guard, which is like the headquarters unit. So it was like the only people that I drilled with were all the medics for the entire battalion were all localized in one platoon there. All the scout sniper infantry guys, and then like all the radio guys. And the scout snipers were good, but they were always getting in trouble. They would all go out to the bar every night and end up sleeping in the same person's house. And like, if somebody forgot to set an alarm, they weren't at formation when they were supposed to be. And you'd literally just walk into the armory and they'd be all sleeping on the wrestling mats, drunk, and like most of them concealed carried. So there'd just be loaded Glocks all over this wrestling mat with a bunch of drunk 19-year-olds. So there was that. And then they got a new platoon sergeant. He was an E7 from the 75th, full tower power, like special forces, ranger, airborne, whole 9 yards.
All the tabs.
Directly out of active duty. And one scout sniper showed up to formation that day, and that was a dude that had like a family emergency and wasn't there the day prior. And he's like, where's everybody else? He's like, I don't know. I wasn't here yesterday. I have no idea. And that dude had to do the whole like first 39 out of ranks.
Oh, man.
Saluted. Bro, he smoked that whole fucking platoon for 13 hours. We had to send 8 people to the hospital.
Holy shit.
It was horrible.
Dude, it's called corrective exercising. Nick, after that, how many people were late to formation?
Still a bunch. They were retarded.
Oh my God. So it was like ongoing. Holy shit. Usually
they had a drinking problem.
It usually corrects
for a while
itself.
it was better. But yeah, no, it was like the first time I'd ever had like, they want 2 medics and an ambulance sent out across the parking lot. Yeah. He's smoking the dog shit out of these guys. They were low crawling in a field for hours. It was horrible.
Jack, I'm going to ask you about your worst smoke session after Cody closes this out. If you want to see this on the after show, come check us out on the after show.
All right, guys, make sure to check out our Patreon for what's about to happen. But I have been joined today by Eli Double Tap, Fat Electrician, Jack Mandaville. Myself, Donut. Find Jack Mandaville on everywhere. What's your favorite place that people can go to find you?
Jared's Bar.
All right, Jared's Bar.
Is that
Not Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on Instagram. Yeah, JACKMAN. Jack Mandaville. Jack Mandaville.
Find it in the description in the comments below.
Yeah. Dude, can I tell you before we release?
Of which one?
No, this is my plan. So I don't go on Facebook anymore. I don't have Snapchat or TikTok. I go to Twitter because I hate myself. But like, my plan is like once Instagram becomes irrelevant, I'm literally just gonna phase out of social media based like whatever I'm on now. I'm gonna write it out till the end, and then I'm gonna never be on social media again.
Nothing new.
I'll do YouTube. I'm gonna do YouTube. Yeah.
But nothing new.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I don't have TikTok or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh, none of us have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys fuck with TikTok?
I have it. I don't upload on it really.
No.
Savannah.
There's like 48,000 fake Fat Electrician accounts though. So.
I bet.
Yeah.
Fucking bet. Hey, go check us out on the after show. We're gonna go pee. I love you. Say quack bang.
Quack bang out. I gotta pee.
Jack, say your sign off.
Cock balls.
Come.